Hello.
Good
Hello.
evening, sir.
Good evening. Is it audible to all?
Yes, sir. It is audible.
Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
The screen is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now today will be discussion about technology and communication. So according to your business communication, what are the technology and communication will be, what are the used, what are the basic benefits, what are the types of communication, what are the technology of, what are the types of different technology that will be used in your for communications, one to another, one to many, or many to many. Okay. These are the basic structure, that is the internet to intranet. This is the to accept. And then multimedia presentation, information communication technology, virtual meeting, teleconferencing, video conferencing, message tooling, reach media and learn media, social media. These are the parts. So basically we are discussing about first thing, that is the internet and intranet. Internet and intranet. So what is the internet? Anyone can define it?
Network of network is internet.
That means it is the uh, this is the internet and intranet. That cases. What is the then? What is the intranet? What is the intranet?
Some inside server of the entity.
Internet means you are globally connected to anything else. Globally connected, that means that you have a global system, they have a public network also. Otherwise somehow cases we are using also private network also. Okay. They have some restriction and authorization cases. And internet, that's similarities but little bit different. That means If I'm going for the meaning, literal meaning, that will be defined as vital of internet which is privately owned by a particular organization. That means any company, any organization that restricted some area. That means some you can go for any like your KIT university. If you want to access some journal paper like your IEEE journal paper, Scopus journal paper, SCS journal paper, you can access that within the organization. If access is authorized for that, if you will be student of it, you can access. That is the internet condition. But internet, that means you can connecting people anywhere else you are present and you are connecting you. That also the accessibility point and safety. A safety, that would be the, you know, the better the cyber attacks on authorization asset, you have to protect your system. Okay. And that internet, uh, please mute the camera. Sorry, mute the microphone. Case of night, please mute yourself. Case of, please mute yourself.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, no problem. So, so it will be sorry, this one. So it will be defined that point of the accessibility and safety and number of user. Number of user also the one of the point. Number of user also that point means maybe you are taking as less number of user. Maybe you are restricted in 20 for 20% of user, so it will be limited connectivity. If you are going for 250 of number of user, then it will be high internet connectivity. Like your suppose I am booking a ticket in IRCTC accounts, through IRCTC account booking a rail ticket. So that particular number of time it will be hit maximum number of person. So that point you require high frequency or high bandwidth of internet connection at the time of तत्काल. मतलब क्या है, तत्काल के टाइम में हम लोग को जब भी टिकट की जरूरत है तो मेरा इंटरनेट का स्पीड अगर हाई है तो आई कैन हिट इट. Otherwise, somehow I am first failed, then second one maybe I am here win, or maybe successful or unsuccessful first time. That will be depend on that. So in that cases, number of users in that cases a limited organization member only can access. In any organization, in a company, in any domain registration, you are limited of the number of users. Okay, that the basic thing is that in case of internet and intranet, internet is belongs to any organization, internet is belongs to the globalization system. That is the first motto of that. That means it is unlimited to access. It is only accessed by any organization. This is the internet versus intranet. Okay. So in that cases, then I am going for the multimedia presentation. The multimedia presentation, all of you know that all are using that PPT presentation or PDF presentation. Likewise, so you are required for text, images, video, sound, graphics visual interface, animation, chart, transition, narration, and sound of effect of that. These are the multimedia presentation of that. You can communicate one to another person, one to many number of person, many to many number of the person. By through this media, a multimedia presentation, you can connect with the number of person. So now my question is connection. How it will be communicate? How it will be communication between one to another? What are the effects of the communication process? What are the types of communication system? What are the benefits to use this particular communication system? We have discussion today. We have discussion that today. There are a number of type of communication will be present. We are discussion today. That means horizontal communication, vertical communication, upward communication, downward communication. On another also theorem also present, Shannon mechanism, the communication system, where today will be discussed. So in that cases, we are multimedia representation. These are the multimedia parts we are using for the presentation preparation. We are using. So these are the example here for presentation for multimedia. You can go use, and also this is the LibreOffice for Linux. For Linux use, you can use the Linux is we are used for the Libra. That will be, we are using this LibreOffice. You can use that corresponding their Word, PPT presentation, and also you can access the design for the database of analysis. Fine. So next we are going for the information of the communication technology. That is the define your ICT sales. That is the most important thing for ITC said, that for e-commerce. That means information communication technology. What is the ICT cell? That ICT cell will be defined that suppose one customer, it is that I am saying that C1 is the one customer. They are booking a ticket. Suppose I have C1 company booking a ticket for rail ticket. Suppose rail ticket booking for IST's accounts. What are the required credentials? First required credentials is the login ID user. That will be first create a signing form to register. They are having some unique user ID and password. Then it will be going for the e-learning resources. Sorry, that will be going for the e-commerce offline. You can edit your user ID and password. Then you book for the rail ticket. Fine. In that cases, in case of the booking of rail ticket, we are using some payment method. That payment method, it belongs to ISCT's account, but that belongs to ISCT organization, that belongs to ISCT organization or third party. Anyone? That payment method?
It is belongs to the third party.
That purely belongs to third party. Maybe you can purchase some item from Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, any online for food system, anything else. That is a totally, it will be third party, belongs to third party. That is individual third party. That means we are using third party. One third party is the BuildX. We are using BuildX also. We are also using tech process. Another one is Amino. These are the third party. BuildX, tech process, Amino. These are the third party. To follow that your transaction ID, where that will be written here, credit or debit for transaction for centrally record keeping commercial organization. They maintain their log system. That's why you are giving some intimation charges, that like 17 rupees, 10 rupees, 5 rupees, 2 rupees. We are giving that intimation charge, intimation charges, that will be having that. Bank also having a third party also, any respective individual bank also. Fine. So in that particular cases, ICT, when the dealings with your e-commerce line, you should be maintain their register or records, each and every transaction. Okay, what are the benefits of that? The benefits of that, we are preferring for that benefits that we are maintain the log register. So there any e-commerce of line, but e-commerce of business, that will be communicate their customer frequently, or making a good collaboration with your customer. Okay, that will be good customer. That is a good in my point of view of your consumer, customer and their with their companies. Okay, so that's why you maintain some database technology. You can use database technology, like your database technology. So maybe you can use any database software to maintain their database, depending upon their organization that respectively uses it. Okay, so next provision, that it is the e-commerce provision, that is the existing product. What are the new business product? Okay, the new business product is the same thing that cases that maintain the same thing. Maybe it will be giving that third party or respective their own third party maintenance of the log register, but that maintained by their organization. That means here it is written is that is considerable changes how the commercial organization function behind the screen. In addition to that, new routes purchasing for new means, and promoting the goods and mobile devices, real-time communication, and with their development, data analytical and artificial intelligence, and many more. कल क्लास में जब हम पढ़ाए थे जनरेशन ऑफ कंप्यूटर, तो मेरा फर्स्ट जनरेशन, सेकंड जनरेशन, थर्ड जनरेशन, फोर्थ जनरेशन टू फिफ्थ जनरेशन. In that cases of third generation and second generation and first generation, we are using assembly languages, then COBOL, then Photon. Then fourth generation language, we are using C and C++ programming languages. Then fifth generation, we are using the artificial intelligence. Now we are using dealing with machine learning, deep learning, and more of things. Data analytical, big data analysis, Hadoop, we are using now. So day by day, it will be changes. Their information with their communication technology, it will be day by day, it will be changes for your e-commerce of business or new sources of business. That's why it will be going for next will be manufacturing innovation. Yes, it giving the manufacturing innovation. Example is your Windows operating system. Previously, we are using the 98 Windows. After that, we are using XP. Pack 1, Pack 2, Pack 3. Their edition by edition, it will be changes. Innovative will also will be going on. That never will be end. If innovation will be going on, then your global economic maybe increases. Or some cases it will be saturation, or maybe some cases it will be slowdowns. Depending upon your product or process or project maintenance. Third cases, next cases, we are using some new method manufacturing, new products will be launched. Otherwise, second case, customer feedback also having that. Reduction of network latency. This is the most of thing. Network latency. Network latency means reduction of network latency. What is the difference between 3G and 4G? Then I am coming as a 5G, that will be different thing. Any idea? 3G and 4G? What is the difference between them? Why it's called 3G, why it's called 4G? We know that it's the third generation and fourth generation, but what is the 3G and 4G?
Spectrum.
Hello?
Bandwidth.
4G networks are faster than 3G networks.
Why? Why
Because,
am I analyzing the only bandwidth? Why I am taking this only one factor, that is the bandwidth?
yeah, in fourth generation network, the fiber optics is used, the communication channel.
Yes. Before cases, we are not using any fiber optics. Nowadays, we are using fiber optics. Our coming generation to using IoT, smart innovation, smart area innovation. That is the most valuable point in case of Internet of IoT cases, IoT technologies. In case of fifth generation, integrated with. That means what are the benefits? The benefit is that we are using some cloud platform, that is a cloud computing. आपके जीमेल अकाउंट्स में आप लोग 2 स्टेप वेरिफिकेशन ऐड कर सकते हो. वो आ गया है अभी, वो काफी दिनों से आ चुका है 2 स्टेप वेरिफिकेशन. अगर आपके जीमेल अकाउंट में आप 3, 4, 5, 6 अगर लिंक रखते हो जीमेल अकाउंट, तो तभी भी आप क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग में उसको डेटा को स्टोर कर सकते हो. स्टोर कर सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. These are the cloud computing platform. Otherwise centralized tracking भी आप रख सकते हो, quality inspection भी कर सकते हो. Everything will be done in the next level generation diagram with the based on the IoT. So it is the health education system में ICT यूज हो रहा है, आपका एजुकेशनल सिस्टम में यूज हो रहा है, एनवायरमेंटल इम्पैक्ट भी आ रहा है आप लोगों का ICT के ऊपर. So these are the impact factor of ICT, that is the information there with their communication technology. Okay, so next we are going for the virtual meeting. We do not discussion about the virtual meeting. We are already regularized with the virtual meeting. Okay, your Google Meet, your Zoom, or your Cisco WebEx. Okay, these are the platform, the basic good platform for the virtual meeting. And Microsoft का भी एक है, fine. So these are the virtual meeting. Okay, and the benefit is that interaction हो सकता है, लार्जेस्ट डिस्टेंस के लिए हम लोग कर सकते हैं, मीटिंग रख सकते हैं क्लाइंट कस्टमर के हिसाब से, टाइम एंड कॉस्ट दोनों बचता है यहाँ पे। अब कहीं पे बैठ के भी आप वर्चुअल मीटिंग रख सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। ओके, these are the virtual meeting platform of virtual meeting। there is the recording purposes पे आपका रह सकता है, चार्टिंग भी कर सकते हो। ओके, अगर 10 महीने के बाद सुनना चाहते हो वो भी रख सकते हो, बट फिजिकल मीटिंग का कोई रिकॉर्ड नहीं होगा, वो जो भी रिकॉर्ड होगा आपका पेन पेपर में होगा। फाइन, तो वर्चुअल मीटिंग ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द बेस्ट कम्युनिकेशन दैट। नेक्स्ट इज योर टेली कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग। ये इज द वन ऑफ द थिंग्स, आज लोग सभी टेली कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग में यहाँ पे बैठ रहे हैं, तो आई थिंक इज नो नीड फॉर द दिस डिस्कशन पॉइंट। टेली कॉन्फ्रेंस आप लोगों को भी पता होता है, बेसिकली योर टाइम भी बचता है, मनी भी बचता है, इंक्रीजिंग प्रोडक्टिविटी भी रहता है, स्कोप भी रहता है, फेस टू फेस कन्वर्सेशन विद द वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग। डिसीजन मेकिंग में आप लोगों का फर्स्ट स्टेज आता है, और इसमें यहाँ का यूज होता है स्क्रम, दैट इज द मॉडल, स्क्रम मॉडल। एक सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोसेस मॉडल है, स्क्रम सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोसेस मॉडल, जो यहाँ पे आपका विद इन 15 या 30 मिनट्स में आपको मीटिंग में डिसाइड करके आप लोग प्रोडक्ट का कोई भी चेंजेस कर सकते हो, इमीडिएटली एक्शन ले सकते हो मेंटेनेंस केसेस में। वो बिलोंग्स करता है एजाइल प्रोसेस, एजाइल सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोसेस। फाइन, तो आपका डिसीजन मेकिंग भी आपका फास्टेड हो सकता है। ओके, दीज आर द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ देयर टेली कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग। ओके, these are the daily benefits। and second thing is your video conferencing। वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग सेम थिंग, आजकल सभी कॉन्फ्रेंस चल रहा है, एनी जर्नल पेपर का कोई कॉन्फ्रेंस चल रहा है, आप लोग यूज कर सकते हो कॉन्फ्रेंस, कहीं पे बैठ के आपको पेपर पब्लिश कर सकते हो, कॉन्फ्रेंस दे सकते हो, स्पीचेस दे सकते हो, पेपर अटेंड कर सकते हो, पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन दे सकते हो, नेशनल वर्कशॉप भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हो, कोई भी कोर्सेज वगैरह भी कर सकते हो, एनी कोर्सेज दैट विल बी बिलोंग्स टू योर सोयम, एनपीटीएल, मुकुस, and then your Atal Innovation Lab, you can do it, no problem, video conferencing through से। अगर कोई भी मीटिंग वगैरह भी होगा आप ले सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। that these are the communication methods or communication tools we are using there, your communication business communication, e-business communication system। okay, now I am coming for this is learn media and reach media। okay, these are two scientists that will be defined that learn media and reach media, that is a Richard scientist, and that will be defined what is the learn and what is the reach, defined in this information by diagrammatical। this is the suppose low richness and this is the high richness। okay, that means when I am coming from this high richness, suppose I am coming from this high richness, nowadays I am high richness, that is the face to face discussion। upper, that will be video conferencing, next stop that will be telephonic, next stop that will be email, next stop a written report, next stop computer printout। that means when I am 2019 we are doing this thing। now this COVID situation we are doing this thing as 2022, more to more, this is the more to more। 2019 and 18 में हम लोग कंप्यूटर प्रिंट आउट में यूज कर रहे थे, ज्यादा वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग नहीं था, क्लासेस वगैरह आपका ऑनलाइन नहीं था, ऑफलाइन था, कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग वगैरह भी वीडियो ऑनलाइन कॉन्फ्रेंस में नहीं हो रहा था, सभी कुछ ऑफलाइन मोड में चल रहा था। आजकल सभी ऑनलाइन केसेस में चल रहा है, तो ऑनलाइन केसेस में बेनिफिट्स क्या आ रहा है आप लोगों का, पेपर डॉक्यूमेंट का कोई जरूरत नहीं, these are all everything it will be recorded in your drives, record होने के बाद ड्राइव में स्टोर है। okay, these are the recording purposes you can using for that your high richness of the information। this is the cycle diagram। fine, so in that cases what are the association or what are the benefits, in case of rich media cases? The benefits point is these are long association, track capacity, increasing your interaction rate, that will be media measure, and high performance level, enhanced brand awareness and user experience। these are the benefits to using this learn media and reach media. Okay, that means learn media में हम लोग को क्या करते हैं, we are collecting that information. रीच मीडिया में क्या करते हैं, हम कितना मार्केटिंग करते हैं उस चीज का, कितना फोकसिंग करते हैं, वो डिपेंड करता है. तो दोनों इज द वाइस वर्सा थिंग. मैं इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट कर रहा हूं बट उसका मार्केटिंग नहीं कर रहा हूं, तो प्रोडक्ट नहीं होगा. बोथ आर कंपैटिबिलिटी. ओके, so there is a social media management. That is social management. It doesn't require to discussion. We know all the social media. Okay, that will be your Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter. Okay, so only the managing point is described for their benefits. That is the avoiding the creating the personal file for business purposes, and publishing the any page roles, including the reorganization profile pictures. And then that means it will be saying that when we are doing some official document or sorry, official proposals, we are creating social media, we do not involve any personal things. हम लोग क्या करते हैं, व्हाट्सएप में अगर ग्रुप क्रिएट हो रहा है तो हम लोग गुड मॉर्निंग मैसेज लाइक. That means when I'm creating any social media management, we're creating a group for business purpose. We're doing only work culture. Other things is not. Fine. This is the your communication skill. Okay, that is the technology with the communication skill. So now I am coming this. What are the communication? What are the types of communication? What are the different type of communication? How it will be executed? This is the process communication. Okay, this is the process communication. So in that cases, process communication, one is the here is Shannon-Weber model. We are discussion about this Shannon-Weber model. We are discussion about. The first thing, communication is a linear concept. Linear means it is executing simultaneously, sequentially. It will be executed without any noise. Without any noise, without any interrupt, I am communicate one to another node. That's why the Shannon mechanism will becomes with noise. If noise will be occur, if interrupt will be occur, then what to do? What to do and how it will be executed one node to another node. We just check for that. This is your linear view. That is the linear view. That is the sender. I'm just that. Sorry. Sender messages will be sent to by using some media. Again, it will be reached at some receiver end, and then we will be taking some action. Generally, we are sending this way. This is the sender. This is the receiver end. I am sending some messages, and at the point of receiver, it will be sent some acknowledgement. Yes, I received your messages. That is the linear without any interrupt. But in that cases of Shannon mechanism, here this is the Shannon mechanism here. That means here is the your information source. That information source encoding your process. Just check for linear view. There is nothing to be feedback. यहाँ पे आप लोगों का फीडबैक एब्सेंट है. मतलब आप सेंड करो रिसीवर एंड को, डेटा सेंड करो, वो रिसीव हो रहा है, उसके बाद उसका नेक्स्ट टर्म आ रहा है, बट उसका कोई फीडबैक नहीं है. दैट मीन्स दैट एक्नॉलेजमेंट इज एब्सेंट. But in that cases of Shannon mechanism, it's present. That feedback is present. That okay. The information sources, that is the encoding all the processes by all the messages by through proper channel and with the noise. Here this noise will be used by proper channel. It will be used encoding all the messages. That means suppose this is the messages. I am just dividing with 3 parts. Suppose 1, 2, 3, sorry, 4 parts. So if it's first 2 part without noise, it will be passed. Third stages, it will be noise will be occur. So I am dividing that part. Rectify this noise lines. If it will be rectified it, then I am sending with their respective, their next phase of the messages. That means here will be dividing into two things, encoding the message by through this proper channel and decoding the messages with the destination point. And that is the feedback point with the Shannon mechanism. That means this is the acknowledgement, yes, I am received the messages. Next, how it will be used in the process communication, that Shannon mechanism. That means how the encoding process by through proper channel, the how it will be remove this noise occurrence. So it will be removed by this way. Next, we are checking for that source creating messages. First one, this is your information source. Okay. Second case is selecting one channel. By suppose channel means either you can communicating with by phones, maybe it will be communicating by mails, maybe it will be communicating by any other devices. Any other devices. You are using video conferencing, you are using teleconferencing, anything else you can use in that. So in that particular cases, your message will be encoding. Message will be encoding. That means it will be selecting one channel. If it will be selected, okay, that channel, if we have selected, the message will be sent, will be start. And after that receiving get the message, we are sending some acknowledgement. If noise will be occur in that channelization cases. नॉइज कहाँ पे होता है आपका? नॉइज रहता है कम्युनिकेशन लाइन में. आप फोन में बात कर रहे हो, नेटवर्क नहीं आ रहा है, दैट इज द नॉइज पर्सन. नेटवर्क में ड्रॉप हो रहा है, नेटवर्क ड्रॉप हो रहा है, इसलिए वन एंड से अनदर एंड तक वॉइस नहीं जा रहा है, क्लैरिटी नहीं आ रहा है, वहां पे आप लोगों का नॉइज रहता है. दैट नॉइज विल बी फिल्टराइजेशन. दैट मे बी फिल्टराइजेशन, जो भी पर्सन आपका होगा, जो भी आपका पोजीशन रहेगा कम्युनिकेशन लाइन में, चेक करते हैं वहां पे इंटरप्ट लाइन को, वहां पे वो एक्सपीरियंस हो सकता है, नॉलेज भी हो सकता है, और एनीथिंग एल्स फील होता है. आप फील मतलब कि आप एक अलग जगह पे जाके बात करते हो जहाँ पे आपका क्लियरिटी नॉइज आता है. नॉलेज मतलब क्या हो? नॉलेज एंड एक्सपीरियंस. दैट मीन्स आपको पता होना चाहिए आपको किस, जो भी जहाँ पे आपका नेटवर्क में ड्रॉप पॉइंट रहता है, वो राउटर में आप लोग चेक करते हैं, वहां पे जो टेलीकॉम होते हैं, मुझे वो पता नहीं एक्चुअल क्या करते हैं, but they're checking the all the signals points, signal points को verify करते हैं, each and any access point तक, कोई भी इस point से another point, another point से another point, they're checking their interrupt messages. if आप one end से another end को communicate कर रहे हैं, उसी particular time में आपका एक दूसरा connect भी हो सकता है, interrupt आ सकता है, other things. So this is the proper things of channel. When one source to another source, it will be required for if noise will be occur, then how it will be removed that. Then it will be sending a feedback. Yes, I am sending the acknowledgement. Yes, it will be received and the message will be sent. Okay. In that cases, we are checking for encoding, channel transmission. Here it is written, channel transmission such as your राइटिंग पोजीशन हो सकता है, कोई इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मोड हो सकता है, कोई सिग्नल सिस्टम हो सकता है. दैट विल बी फाइन, नो प्रॉब्लम. ओके, दिस इज द टू वे कम्युनिकेशन प्रोसेस. दिस इज द Shannon mechanism with the basis of effect of the linear communication skill. Next, we are moving from two-way communication process. The two-way communication process, that is the modernized technology will be used. That means it is the involving exchange messages. इन्वॉल्विंग एक्सचेंज द मैसेजेस. दैट मीन्स यहाँ पे आप लोगों का सेंडर आ रहा है, यहाँ पे आपका रिसीवर एंड है, सेंडर एंड रिसीवर. यहाँ पे आपका मैसेज गया, तो ये इस सेंडिंग कर रहा है एक एक्नॉलेजमेंट. वो एक्नॉलेजमेंट सेंडिंग होने के बाद दूसरा मैसेज जाएगा, मतलब मल्टीपल मैसेजेस जाएगा आपका, मल्टीपल डेटा एक्सचेंज होगा वहां पे, आइदर इंडिविजुअल टू इंडिविजुअल पर्सन और इंडिविजुअल टू एनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पर्सन. फाइन, इंडिविजुअल टू इंडिविजुअल हो सकता है, वो अलग हो सकता है. दैट मीन्स ये आपका दिस वन, यहाँ पे आपका सेंडर से रिसीवर एंड को मैसेज आ गया, वो रिसीवर एंड से आपका जो भी एक्नॉलेजमेंट आएगा वो मैसेज थ्रू से ट्रांसमिट होगा अदर सोर्स को. अदरवाइज कम्युनिकेशन चैनल थ्रू से कम्युनिकेशन सिंबलाइजेशन आप यूज कर सकते हो. जैसे आपका एयरफोर्स जो आपका मिलिट्री एजेंसीज में यूज होता है, वहां पे आपका कोड वर्ड यूज होता है, कम्युनिकेशन सिंबलाइजेशन यूज होता है। तो इस कम्युनिकेशन के इन द टू वे कम्युनिकेशन और Shannon कम्युनिकेशन और लीनियर कम्युनिकेशन, देयर सम बैरियर विल बी ऑकर्स, देयर बैरियर शुड बी ऑकर्स। इंटरपर्सनल बैरियर आपका आ सकता है, कोई भी आपका जैसे कम्युनिकेशन में आप लोगों का इंटरपर्सनल बैरियर आ सकता है, इंटर ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल बैरियर भी आ सकता है। इंट्रापर्सनल एंड इंटरपर्सनल दो केसेस में आप लोग को आ सकता है, तीन केसेस में। दैट मीन्स रॉन्ग एज्यूम्पशन आप कर सकते हो, आपका परसेप्शन वेरिएशन कर सकता है, आपका बैकग्राउंड में डिफरिंग आ सकता है, रॉन्ग इंफॉर्मेशन आ सकता है, इन्फरेंस आ सकता है, ब्लॉक कैटेगराइज में आपका अलग कुछ हो सकता है, कैटेगराइज थिंकिंग में भी अलग हो सकता है। दीज आर द फैक्टर फॉर इंट्रापर्सनल बैरियर। If I am going for that interpersonal barrier, they have some limiting tests. वोकाबुलरी में कुछ लिमिटेशन आ सकता है, मतलब मैं यहाँ से कुछ बोल रहा हूँ, सपोज कुछ वर्ड बोल रहा हूँ, आपको अलग से सुनाई देगा, हो सकता है। And to different communication, that will be different to different point. ओके आपका पुअर लिसनिंग स्किल हो सकता है, नॉइज चैनल हो सकता है, कल्चरल वेरिएशन हो सकता है। दीज आर द पॉइंट्स ऑफ योर इंटरपर्सनल बैरियर। ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में क्या आ सकता है, वहां पे आपका ये आ जाएगा, कौन सा आएगा, दैट विल बी नंबर ऑफ पर्सन ट्रांसफर सेशन आ सकता है। मतलब आपका क्या होता है, मैं सपोज किसी के अंडर में काम कर रहा हूँ, मेरा मैसेज कम्युनिकेशन अगर मेरे मैनेजर के साथ डायरेक्ट नहीं हो रहा है, कोई मैसेज गैप रह रहा है, तो किस मे बी सम पर्सन विल बी प्रेजेंट, दैट पर्सन कैन नॉट प्रोवाइड एक्चुअल मैसेजेस टू माय मैनेजर। वहां पे कम्युनिकेशन गैप हो सकता है, जैसे हम बोलते हैं उसको कम्युनिकेशन गैप बिटवीन योर टीम बाय एनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। अंदर में कोई भी कम्युनिकेशन गैप हो सकता है। फाइन, these are the points of organization cases. That means information overload हो सकता है, आपका इनपोपुलेट मीडिया यूज कर रहे हो, फेयरनेस ज्यादा आ रहा है। These are the criteria for that your organization barrier system. Okay, these are the barrier for organized barrier system to confirm this process communication system. Okay, so in this model we are discussing about their your linear concept, Shannon wave model, two-way communication system, barrier communication, and under this barrier communication we are discussing interpersonal, and intrapersonal organization. These are the points we are discussing. Okay, so next we have discussion about your communication organization. मैं इसमें बाद में आऊंगा इसके ऊपर, and I am stop this point. It's visible the slide, telecommunication and network.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first I will discuss an intranet and internet. Okay, that first PDF file. So this is the summarization of slide, that is the telecommunication and network. So in that cases, what are the telecommunication depend on these industrial trends, technological trends and application trends. तीन केसेस में इसको डिवाइड किया गया है। आपका जो भी टेलीकम्युनिकेशन टूल्स यूज होता है, टेलीकॉम ट्रेंड्स आता है, हम लोग इंडस्ट्री बेसिस में यूज कर सकते हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी के बेस में यूज कर सकते हैं, or any application for any person. Okay, this is the capability of strategical model on the basis of that इंडस्ट्री ट्रेंड में आप लोग को क्या आता है, वेंडर आ सकता है, कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आ सकता है, एनी सर्विस पर्सन, सर्विस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, और एनी अलायंस मॉडल, एनीथिंग एल्स, सॉरी अलायंस मॉडल नहीं, अलायंस हो सकता है, अलायंस ग्रुप हो सकता है। टेक्नोलॉजी केसेस में क्या आएगा, आप लोग लॉजिकल व ग्लोबली कोई भी डिजिटल नेटवर्क के साथ कनेक्ट हो सकते हो, ट्रांसमिशन चैनल यूज कर सकते हो। एप्लीकेशन ट्रेंड में क्या आएगा आप लोग का, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स कमर्शियल बाय एंटरप्राइज कोलाब्रेशन, जो भी आपका ऑनलाइन बिजनेस हो रहा है उसी के दौरान में जो 3 केसेस में हम लोग डिवाइड कर रहे हैं उसके हिसाब से हम लोग स्ट्रेटेजी बनाएंगे। सपोज हम स्ट्रेटेजी बना रहे हैं, सपोज ऑनलाइन किसी बिजनेस के ऊपर, सपोज हम उसका जियोग्राफिकल बैरियर चेक करते हैं। मतलब जैसे अमेजन हर किसी इंटरनेशनल हो सकता है, इंडिया में हर किसी जगह पे वो अपना प्रोडक्ट भेज रहा है, ऑनलाइन मार्केटिंग कर रहा है उस जगह पे, फाइन। मतलब आपका सपोज मान लो कोई भी आप XYZ बना रहे हो, वो इंडिया के लिए लिमिटेड है, वो आपका जियोग्राफिकल बैरियर होगा। जैसे हम लोग यूज करते हैं यहाँ पे VSNL यूज करते हैं, जियो यूज करते हैं, हम लोग एयरटेल यूज करते हैं, टेलीकॉम सेक्टर। अगर हम इंडिया को छोड़ के बाहर जाते हैं तो उसके लिए रोमिंग आता है, आप यूज कर सकते हो बट एक्स्ट्रा कॉस्ट लग सकता है। दैट इज द कॉस्ट वेरियर। मैं यहाँ पे यूज कर रहा हूँ, मेरा रोमिंग तो नहीं आ रहा है, मेरा कॉस्ट कम पड़ रहा है, वहां पे जा रहा हूँ तो मेरा कॉस्ट ज्यादा बढ़ रहा है क्योंकि मैं रोमिंग में। दैट इज द वन थिंग, इज द कॉस्ट बैरियर ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी केसेस। अनदर थिंग इज द टाइम बैरियर ऑल्सो। टाइम बैरियर एंड स्ट्रक्चरल बैरियर। स्ट्रक्चरल बैरियर में और टाइम बैरियर में दोनों एक साथ कोलाबरेटिंग करते हैं। मतलब स्ट्रक्चरल बैरियर में क्या हो रहा है आप लोगों का, सपोज मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, मैं यहाँ से भुवनेश्वर से कटक तक चल के जाऊंगा तो मुझे टाइम लगेगा। अगर मैं साइकिल यूज कर रहा हूँ उससे कम लगेगा, अगर मैं बस यूज करता हूँ उससे कम टाइम लगेगा। तो मेरा ट्रैवलिंग का मोड चेंज हो रहा है, तो स्ट्रक्चर के साथ आपका टाइम भी चेंज होगा, फाइन। तो ये चारों केसेस आपका रहेगा कि जियोग्राफिकल बैरियर रह सकता है, टाइम वेरिएंस रह सकता है, कॉस्ट भी रह सकता है, स्ट्रक्चरल बैरियर भी रह सकता है। चारों केसेस मतलब आपका स्ट्रक्चर अगर नहीं होगा ऑनलाइन आउटसाइड ऑफ इंडिया के लिए तो आप लोग कर नहीं पाओगे, तो उसके लिए टाइम भी नहीं है, उसके टाइम लगेगा ज्यादा। आप किसी थर्ड पार्टी को बिलोंग्स करके आपको प्रोडक्ट आप भेजोगे वहां पे। उसका बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल होता है, अगर आप कोई भी मेसो से कुछ ऑर्डर करोगे ऑनलाइन सिस्टम में, वो स्नैपडील थ्रू से आता है। स्नैपडील का जो आपका होता है कस्टमर सर्विस होता है उसी के थ्रू से आता है, इसलिए वहां पे ज्यादा दिन लगता है, मुझे जितना आइडिया है। नेक्स्ट, इट इज द इंटरनेट एप्लीकेशन। वहां पे हम लोग पढ़ रहे थे इंटरनेट, इट इज ग्लोबली कनेक्टेड टू ऑल। तो यहाँ पे आप लोगों का वही है, ई कॉमर्स के लिए आप यूज कर रहे हो, इंटरनेट चार्ट के लिए यूज कर रहे हो, सर्च इंजन आप चेक कर रहे हो, ट्रांसफर प्रोटोकॉल जैसे FTP, डाउनलोडिंग फॉर कंप्यूटर, एनीथिंग एल्स, शॉपिंग फॉर emails, डिटेल्स दैट विल बी इंटरनेट प्रोपोजिशन। दिस इज द बिजनेस वैल्यू with the connection of your internet, business value. That business value, when I'm defined these 5 points, that is increasing the customer loyalty and retention. कस्टमर लॉयलिटी रहेगा, आप अगर सर्विस ठीक दोगे तो आपका प्रोडक्ट चलेगा, मेंटेनेंस प्रॉपर होना चाहिए। रिड्यूसिंग द कॉस्ट एंड डूइंग द बिजनेस, यस, रिड्यूसिंग द कॉस्ट एक इफेक्ट कर सकता है। डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द न्यू वेब बेस्ड प्रोडक्ट। आपका ऑनलाइन सिस्टम में जो भी ई बिजनेस प्रोवाइड करो, एक्स्ट्रा न्यू फीचर्स आपको ऐड करना पड़ेगा डे बाय डे हो सकता है, तो मंथ बाय मंथ आप कर सकते हो। सेम थिंग आप अपने वेबसाइट में आपको प्रोडक्ट नहीं आएगा, सेम थिंग अगर आप रखोगे तो उसमें कोई चेंजेस नहीं रखोगे, कोई फीचर्स नहीं ऐड करोगे, कोई एडन्स नहीं दोगे, तो वो पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं। सिंपल आपको एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ, पहले केसेस में हम लोग जूम यूज कर रहे थे, जब जूम में अलग से फैसिलिटी होता है ऑनलाइन क्लासेस का, गूगल में नहीं था, वहां पे आपको जी सूट यूज करना पड़ रहा था फॉर रिकॉर्डिंग पर्पजेस और फॉर एनी शेड्यूलिंग पर्पजेस ऑफ द क्लास। पर जूम में और क्या हो रहा था, वहां पे ऑटोमेटिकली होता मिल रहा है, आपका रिकॉर्डिंग कर सकते हो, वहां पे ऑप्शन बदला रिकॉर्डिंग, कोई एक्स्ट्रा फीचर्स को वहां पे ऐड नहीं करना पड़ा। पर जूम को चेक करके गूगल मीट ने बना ना जी सूट, अभी भी आप रिकॉर्डिंग कर सकते हो विदाउट यूजिंग ऑफ जी सूट, यू कैन अवेल योर रिकॉर्डिंग मोड ऑप्शन। तो डे बाय डे गूगल से आपका गूगल क्लासरूम भी स्टार्ट हो रहा है, क्विज भी कर सकते हो वहां पे, मॉड्यूलाइजेशन टेस्ट भी ले सकते हो. So day by day your online platform will be day by day it will be developed. अगर उसके कॉस्ट के बारे में बताऊं, पहले कॉस्ट में मतलब उसका पहले यूजर नहीं था तो ज्यादा कॉस्ट था, अभी यूजर मैक्सिमम हो रहे तो कॉस्ट है, मतलब आपका गूगल मीट पे पूरा फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट है. और इंस्टेड ऑफ जूम एंड इंस्टेड ऑफ सिस्को वेबएक्स, गूगल मीट आपका फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट फॉर सम टाइम, 1 आवर 2 आवर क्लासेस के लिए आपको फ्री है. 250 यूजर आप मैक्सिमम रह सकते हैं, 100 यूजर मैक्सिमम रह सकते हैं. सॉरी, फाइन. तो next will be cases that you are developing of a new marketing channel in your marketing purpose का new market को आप चैनल आपको marketing करना पड़ेगा. otherwise you are attractive for new customer, attraction कुछ लाना पड़ेगा, कोई ऑफर देना पड़ेगा. जैसे ऑफर आता है जियो में, एयरटेल में कुछ ऑफर आ सकता है, और जियो मार्ट में कुछ ऑफर आ रहा है, कैशबैक ऑफर. these are the highly attractive of the deriving of business value to with your e-commerce application. This is the basic component for telecommunication network, where your PC will be connected by any your terminal or host system will be communicating through any telecommunication media. Any telecommunication media, it will be, yes, any telecommunication media to receiving your information to transfer it through this media to send to this another node of computer. दिस इज द वन. आपका 3 हिस्से में कम्युनिकेशन डिफाइन किया गया है. 1 लैन कनेक्शन, आपका मैन कनेक्शन. मैन कनेक्शन इसमें नहीं है, दैट विल बी कनेक्टेड टू ई बिजनेस नेटवर्क. मैन मीन्स मिडिल एरिया नेटवर्क. दिस इज द लोकल एरिया नेटवर्क. दिस इज द वाइड एरिया नेटवर्क. वी आर कनेक्टिंग टू ऑल थिंग वाइड ग्लोबली वी आर कनेक्टेड. LAN will be connected with a limited organization, that is a limited organization where we share the all the data. This is the client server networking. In case of client server networking, we are dividing into 3 types of architecture we are using. One using for one tier architecture, second will be 2-tier architecture, third tier architecture. In that cases of 1 tier and 2 tier, third tier architecture is the application layer will be absent. Application layer will be absent. In that cases of client server requirement, that means your client and server, in between then application server will be present. Application server or application server will be present with communicating your skill. So communication between client to server. This is the client server network and their networking computing. That means suppose you are using some application that client server side, this is the application control system. I'm saying that this is a third tier architecture we are using between 2 host computer. Within that, I mean 2 host computer means one is the server, another is a client. In between them, the application server will be present. That is the network database. This is the web operating system. The DBMS will be database management system. Will be contain some database storage, logical data, physical data, virtual data. They will be storing in the database. This is the telecommunication media, or the connecting pair, twisted pair, coaxial cable. Now we are using fiber optics. Now I am using fiber optics. Fine. That means when I am using the twisted pair here, we are communicating with the satellites, coaxial cables, fiber optics, cellular, or any wireless centers. Now I am using wireless sensor LAN, and also I are using net purposes. We are using some fiber optics. Day by day it will be changes. That is the telecommunication process and software. That is a modem, multiplexer, like your multimedia, like processor, switching, router, hops, gate, firewall, network, operating system, telecommunication. Firewall क्या होता है? Anyone? Firewall?
Which tries to gateway for virus and errors.
Only for
A,
virus?
a defending system for our system.
Any example?
Windows firewall.
What are the benefits for use Windows Firewall?
It detects malicious softwares or as well as viruses.
Malicious or non-malicious codes? Malicious codes, like. Okay. Then what is a middleware? Middleware. Any idea about the middleware? Hello.
No, sir, no
Sir.
idea.
Any example? Middleware.
It is the connection between two servers, like we can say.
Connection between two server without any via or without anything in between them, or otherwise only connection between two server.
Only between two servers.
So what are the benefits?
No, like you have using SAP server. If you want to go to Oracle servers, then you have to use.
Yes, yes, that is the middleware, maybe. Okay. Network management software, it will be know about network management software. Any network management software, you can use it. Okay. This is the network topology. That is the ring topology, star network, bus topology, maybe other things. No, it will be absent. The only ring, star, bus, mesh topology, hybrid topology. These are the topologies we are using. That ring connection, star connection, and bus topology, bus connection type. That will be fine. Yeah, thus bus topology also be connected with their addressing nodes and controlling of bus. Okay. This is the TCP/IP internet connection. TCP/IP protocols. They are having some OSI models. They are having some 7 layers. That should be application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network, data link, and physical layer. Their corresponding application will be present. In case of application and presentation session layer, we are providing some the model of data from one application to another application, or one session to another session. In case of transport layer, we are providing from host to host computer system. And that network layer, we are providing some IP addresses. Their IP address also define also classes also. Class A, B, C, D, and E. 2 classes for the reservation. Otherwise, we will be defining the classes from, I think, 0 to 256. Will be divided in that. Data link layer also having that some network interface. There store the data like this your frame bit of data, and physical layer also be stored as a physical layers. That is the TCP OSI models. This is the end of that. This is the telecommunication models of the communication network. So now it will be moves to this database. How data will be stored in database? That database will be stored like your logical data elements first. Then I am go for the physical data. If the logical data will be go, suppose I am taking this employee, maybe it will define as two things. Some employee will be contractual, some employee are permanent, some employee are payrolls. So we are defining these records like your name, like your salary. Maybe that will be department names. Different logical data. It will be stored as logical on the basis of logic basis on that data will be stored. Okay. In that cases, database management, we are considering about that operating system, database management system, and their corresponding application. On the basis of these three things, we will divide that logical data, physical data, and virtual data. Virtual data means suppose I am declaring some data like name. That name is a character string. That name of character strings will be defined as a their data types is a varchar, VARCHAR. Suppose I am restricted to my name, it will the employee name within the 30 characters. So we are taking that VAR Bhakar that will be defined as the 30. We are defining that 30, not more than. Okay. Suppose I am using some date of birth define. So date of birth define means date रहेगा, month रहेगा, year रहेगा. उसको डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा. The date will be defined as 0 to 31, month will be defined 0 to 12, and your year will be defined. We are giving some year wise. They are depending upon that. Fine. So all the data that will be virtual, those are not that will be hidden purpose data. That is the virtual data. Physical and logical data, it should be visible to all of you. Logical to physical data, physical data to logical data. On that data basis, we are find out that logical independence and physical independence. This is a major type of database. We are using this in the database warehousing. Then that means the network server would be extend your database with internet to client. That means online data resources. Second will be operational data resources, data marts, and data warehousing. Then last one will be end of user data. Data marts means data about data. That means suppose I am defined name. This suppose name will be defined will be first name. That first name will be defined as the character wise where written is the string. The string will be defined as a 30 number of characters maybe. Suppose data about data, that should be suppose salary. Salary may be gross pay. That will be the range from this to this. That will be TA, DA, FA likewise. And then the calculating process, each and every data about data. That is to be data. Okay, this is a major type of the database. This is the data warehouse. In the data warehousing, we are find out that three things. That will be operational data, acquisition of the subsystem of data, and data warehousing web designing subsystem. That means in that cases of operational data and data acquisition system, we are finding the data management subsystem to analytical and interface warehousing data mart. That means डेटा एनालिसिस रहेगा, डेटा इंटरफेस रिसोर्स के हिसाब से मेरा डेटा वेयर हाउसिंग में डेटा स्टोर होना चाहिए. देन डेटा अबाउट डेटा मीन्स डिटेल्स डेटा, जहां पे मेरा ऑपरेशन करेंगे हम. अगर हम कोई ज्वाइन ऑपरेशन कर रहे हैं, मतलब मुझे फाइंड आउट चाहिए इस डिपार्टमेंट में इस आईडी से इस आईडी तक लेके मेरे को उसका डिटेल्स चाहिए, तो आप लोग को ज्वाइन करना पड़ेगा. अगर आपके पास डेटा होगा टेबल में, तो यू आर डूइंग दिस ऑपरेशन एंड डूइंग दिस ऑपरेशन यू आर फाइंड आउट द रिजल्ट ऑफ
हेलो
दिस.
सर नमस्कार.
हाँ सर, कौन सर?
सर कौन ହେଇଛି ନା ଆମ ଘର ଟିକେ ଲାଇନ ପଳେଇ ଯାଇଛି, ମୁଁ ମୋବାଇଲ ଇଏ ହଉଛି, ଆପଣ କ୍ଲାସ ସରିଲା ପରେ ଟିକେ କାଇଣ୍ଡଲି ଟିକେ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ ଟା ଟିକେ ଷ୍ଟପ୍ କରିଦେବେ.
अच्छा ठीक अच्छे, ठीक है,
ରେକର୍ଡିଂ ଟା ସାର୍ କ୍ଲାସ
ठीक है,
ସରିଲା ପରେ ସାର୍.
ठीक
ଆଜ୍ଞା
है सर, ठीक है
ହଉ
सर.
ସାର୍, ରହୁଛି ସାର୍, ନମସ୍କାର.
Nice, nice. Okay, so in that cases we are defining that proper point, the data acquisition, data warehousing, database management system. The where the data that will be giving the all the data. Then acquisition means acquisition subsystem is when I find out that particular retrieved data, we are analyzing that point. This employee doing this department, there's the salary, these things, their working culture, these things, we are just find out the data. Okay, if will be in the case of the metadata management system, if will be found some error, then we are going for the particular directories. Therefore directories, the directories we are find out the repository system also, and we are connect all the web information to connect that data warehousing with the data mining system. This is the web based. You are connecting with your internet or intranet or extranet. You have that point the client of the PC and web server to connect it. There find their web object with the either any graphics, image or video files. Okay, this is the data resource management. First is the administrator by admin, then data planning, and then database administrator. Both the cases, admin is the one that prepare their planning methods and to how it will how all the data will be stored and how the data will be retrieved, how the data will be updated, how the data will be inserted. This is the database structure. I am using that here hierarchical structure and network structure. If you have a department having the two project 1 and project 2, project A and project B, and that project A will be having that employee 1 and employee 2. We are finding some details data. Next, the network resource having the department A and department B. The department A having that employee 1, 2, and department B having the employee 3. And employee 2 work as a project A, and employee 3 also work as a project A, and employee 1 also work as a project A. So my point is that this is the hierarchical structure. I am defining that The project, under this project A, we are working only 2 employee. We are working here only 2 employee. The project B, in the first cases, no employee will be work here. But network structure, when I am including the employee 1 and 2, the project will be connecting through. That means my mapping point from project to employee and employee to project, it will be differ. It will be differ line. And in that point, it will be communicate 1 to 2. Here it will be 1 to 2. Here it will be 1 to many, maybe many number of employees who are working one project also. So we are preparing for the relational structure, and depending on also your model structure also, hierarchical structure or network structure or any other structure. Best, better benefit structure is the ER model diagram, entity relationship model diagram. This is the depending upon this hierarchical and network structure diagram. This is the one of the example that dimensional structure, one dimensional, multi-dimensional database structure where the data will be stored. That means suppose here this is the bank account information will be object that having that customer balance operation will be deposit and withdraw. We are going for the checking the amount. That amount will be that maybe your per day, per minute, or per monthly wise, maybe your category any interest day by day, or any saving account that printing the monthly wise statement. What are the operation under this check account objective you are having that? That means here will be defined dimensional structure. Here we define object modularization structure. It will be benefit for that, better benefit that rather than this dimensional structure, it will be defined as a modularization structure that will be benefit for that. This is the access the file and database by through this URL. URL आपको पता है? That is what is the full form of the URL? What is the full form of
Uniform resource
locator? Okay. In that point, it will be defined some like HTTPS dot double slash then domain, then it will be defined as the comp.com.in .ac.in, like with the extension will be you are using that. Edu also we are using that. A different URL, we are different purposes we are using that. For accessing for the data or indexing of data, the different things will be. This is the database development process. First we have development process. First will be planning structure will be defined. That planning structure would define that requirement basis. We design some models. That like is model is ER model. Enterprise model means ER model, hierarchical model, or network model. You have to be designed that on the planning structure. On the basis of requirement specification, then we will go for the user node description. That description may be define your like your name, ID, department, like this. Then you will find it as some conceptual design, mapping from one entity to another entity. That conceptual design is define your virtual design method. You design their data types. If then we're going for the physical model, that physical model design to define either use case diagram, we are using some unified modeling resources, or data flow diagram, or control flow diagram, or any modeling based diagram, depend upon this organization. Then after you define some logical model, that logical model to define your data model. When I'm designing this logical model, it will be belongs to all satisfy the data nodes, but data types nodes to conceptual design. This much of your database, how the database management, how the data will be stored. These are the relating of the data.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, are all this material available in our new study material? All these things you're teaching, sir?
I'm just related with your MS-7, some points.
Okay.
These are
Sir,
the
because
materials from these are materials from MS-7. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Then your new material, what are the MPC-007?
MMPC-7, yes.
MMPC-007.
Yes,
That
sir.
will be defined in the PDF files.
Okay.
I'm just related with.
Okay, sir.
Okay. I'm sending after the your class time will be over. Okay, for
Okay.
today not, maybe it will be class will be 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, I think.
Yes, sir.
Fine. After 13, I will be sending all the materials, 1 zip files, to better to fetch out and then
Okay.
for study.
So
Okay.
actually, we are not all in that group, that MPS-7, because
Okay.
Roger sir, they are not added us fully. So please, how can you give me the note, my personal WhatsApp number?
नहीं, पर्सनल व्हाट्सएप नंबर तो पॉसिबल नहीं होगा, ठीक है, क्योंकि आप एक एक करके भेजेंगे तो मैं कितना कितना भेजूंगा,
नहीं
तो
नहीं, एक नहीं, जो those are in the group, they will
मैं
be
मैं
getting.
एक बार रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा बजट सर को सभी बच्चों को ऐड करने के लिए ग्रुप में, ठीक है।
अच्छा,
अगर ये पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं होता है क्लास एंड तक, ठीक है, मैं एक अलग से आपको कुछ मेल आईडी दे दूंगा, आपको लास्ट मेरा पर्सनल मेल आईडी, आप
हाँ,
उसमें मैसेजेस कर लेना, मैं नोट्स भेज, वो
अच्छा
बेटर
ठीक है
रहेगा
सर,
मेरे लिए, ठीक है।
ठीक है सर, ठीक है, ओके, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
एक्चुअल क्या होता है, इतना व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप हो गया ना, तो मुझे याद भी नहीं रहता है।
नहीं ग्रुप नहीं, पर्सनली रिक्वेस्ट, एक रिक्वेस्ट में
पर्सनल रिक्वेस्ट में
ऑटोमेटिक।
आपको मना नहीं कर रहा हूँ, पर्सनल रिक्वेस्ट
हाँ,
एक्सेप्ट दैट। मैं आपको अगर हो सकता है लास्ट केसेस में आपको मैं मेल आईडी दे दूंगा, आप
हाँ, अच्छा ठीक है,
मुझे मेल करना, मैं आपको फाइल भेज, ठीक है।
ओके, ठीक है
सर
सर, थैंक यू।
यूट्यूब में कुछ लिंक है सर, वीडियो लिंक और स्टडी के लिए?
आप चेक कर सकते हैं, मैं चेक नहीं किया हूँ, ठीक है, क्योंकि मुझे कलेक्ट करना पड़ता है मटेरियल्स, तो मेरे अपने सोर्सेस में कलेक्ट कर रहा हूँ, तो आप एक बार चेक कर लेना, ठीक है। ओके, टुडे फॉर दिस मच, ओके, थैंक यू।
Thank you, sir. Good night,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.